Social media data mining. So there are strategies to data mining. One is collecting personal data. So that's your age, gender, location, cookies. Because I'm a young female, I get marketed a lot for makeup products. I don't use makeup, so jokes on them, but most of the time this is accurate. And then engagement. So your likes, comments, clicks, views, hashtags, shares, all of that can be used to find out more information about you and what you're going to purchase. You also have behavioral data. So previous purchases, if I were to buy essential oils, then I would get a lot of essential oils marketing towards me. And then quizzes. You can have personality quizzes on Facebook, and this gives information about you. And then attitudinal data. So if I wrote a review for a restaurant I went to and there's a similar restaurant, then they might market to me. It creates a competitive edge because it improves the customer experience and by keeping people happy. If I have a good experience, then I'm going to tell more people and they're going to go to that company and I'm going to continue going back. And then if I'm marketing products to the correct people, they're more likely to purchase it. And so your data turns into cash. And then you're finding your niche by knowing who will interact with you. You're saving money and time by really finding your specialty. There are legal issues, so your privacy is violated. And Americans and people all over the world do not like their privacy being violated. So this can be an issue. And then intellectual property, if your data is being mined and it's hard to find the source of ideas unless there's a trademark associated with it. And then individuality, if you have people being clumped by personalities and stereotypes, companies can get into trouble with this. American Express ran into this issue. So you have specific laws governing data mining. One is the 1980 Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development. This really protects people's personal data and allows them to have control over their data. And then you have the Privacy Bill of Rights. This prohibits companies to sell information to third parties. And then you have the Privacy Act of 1974, which governs the collection of your data and use by the US government. You also have HIPAA. A doctor's office cannot give your information unless you signed a consent form. And then the terms of service agreement. So they will lay out expectations and what they're going to be collecting. Most people don't read this though. So Facebook faced a lot of legal issues because of data mining. They actually had a quiz in 2014, a personality quiz, and this was sent to Cambridge Analytica. And based off of that, they sent pro-Trump propaganda for getting him elected. And Facebook and Cambridge Analytica both deny this. Mark Zuckerberg had to go in front of Congress. He ended up with $5 billion in fines. So there are ethical issues. One is the lack of transparency. I don't know what you're collecting from me, and I don't know what you're doing with what you're collecting. And then manipulation. So we're constantly being manipulated to buy stuff and selling data. So sometimes my credit card information might be sold to another company, or I could get my identity stolen. And then exposing something prematurely. So there was a girl who had a pregnancy and she was shopping online at Target. Target started sending coupons and her dad found out, which was bad. And then Amex had some negative consequences from data mining. They charged higher interests for Puerto Ricans and didn't give them loans. And so this affected about 200,000 people. And once it got discovered, they paid $95 million in remediation, but it shouldn't have happened in the first place. And these are my references. Thank you.